Hi, I'm Summer.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for seeing us today, Miss Palmer. How are you today?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. So today we're here to talk about your job with the Kiowa Tribe of Oklahoma. All right. So I'm gonna start off with some few questions just to get to know you a little bit. So go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm currently an accounting major. I'm in my senior semester, and I plan to graduate my bachelor's in accounting May 2018. And then this summer, I plan to work full-time, and then in the fall, I'm going to go into master's school, and I'm going to try to obtain my MBA.
Thank you. Hope it all succeeds for you.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess what I'm most interested in is you're applying for this job, but what sets you apart from everyone else?
Well, I've been accepted to attend the AICPA Legacy Scholar Workshop, which is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and only 100 students in the nation got to go, and I was one of them, and there was only 2 from Oklahoma, so I made up the other half, and I got invaluable career information. I learned how to study for the CPA effectively and efficiently, and I learned more about like relationship building and problem solving, and I believe that I have those traits and I can better your company with them.
What would you consider your favorite part of that entire experience?
My favorite part was definitely meeting everybody from around the country. Everybody was different and came from different schools, and it was nice to talk to people who were outside of Oklahoma and they had different perspectives, and it was nice to hear about those so I can compare what I think to what they think and make it more cohesive, I guess, where we can blend more together and work towards one unit in the end.
Okay. Very good. Just one quick question about it is this your first job, or how many other jobs have you had previous to this?
Well, currently I am a file clerk at the Comanche Nation, and what I do there is I assist the other co-workers in the finance department, whether that's to make files or copy things or make deposit slips, anything like that. And before that, I was a volunteer for a summer camp at Cameron University, and what we did was we got high school freshmen and sophomores, and we just taught them, you know, the whole college experience, what to expect, ask questions, and all sorts of stuff like that.
If you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
Probably saving animals somewhere, preferably the sloth sanctuary in Costa Rica, because I love sloths and I love animals, but unfortunately that usually doesn't pay very well. So.
Okay. Describe a work session that required you to perform several tasks on which several projects at the same time. How did you do it?
Okay, well, one time, it's usually on Fridays because it's the last day of the week, and everybody in the whole tribe, they want their paychecks, you know, that day, but it's impossible. We have rules set in place where if you don't give us a voucher by Tuesday, then you'll have to wait till next week to get it paid. And well, I had like 3 people asking me about 3 different checks for 3 different reasons, and then I had to make bank deposits, and I also had to file things. Well, what I did was I stopped and I took a breather and I thought about which one was the most important thing at that moment. And for me, it was the checks, but I couldn't do anything for the checks because we didn't even have any money in our account. So since that was the case, I was like, well, you guys are going to have to wait. So I moved that to second, and then I focused on making the bank deposits, because if we don't got any money, we need to be making bank deposits so we do have money. So I was working on that, and filing, it's not that important. I can do it in my free time, so I just put that last. So.
What are your favorite things and your least favorite things about your previous jobs?
Probably my least favorite things was having to do group work where our success depended on how well everyone did. And I'm okay with group work when everyone does their share, but a lot of the times people don't do their share, and it's just left all on you, and that's not any fun. And I have to say, something that I enjoyed is we have a great work atmosphere. We always have like little monthly birthday parties or something. It's actually fun to work there, and I like all my coworkers, and I get along well with everyone.
I seen your resume that says you were an accounting tutor. How did you apply individual course material to each individual student as you tutored them?
Well, first of all, I met with each individual accounting student, and I asked them what was their main problem. And after I figured out what their main problem was, I would go into my old accounting notes, and I would try to tailor what they knew and what they didn't know into a study guide for them. And so what I did was I realized what they needed to work most on, and so I would stress that they need to study that the most on. And I would just give them their own personalized study plans, and it actually helped a lot. Not everybody uses them, but I try to give them when I can. So.
Interesting. So you said you also were a guidance counselor kind of thing for a summer camp on Cameron University. What do you feel your biggest positive influence on your counselors or your students or whatever they were?
Oh, I made probably a huge impact on these kids. We met 2 summers ago, and the freshmen then, they were the sophomores this last camp. And so we had 2 summers to grow with these students, and a lot of them had said that they didn't even plan on going to college, and the only reason why they were at the camp is because their parents or grandparents forced them to join. And then at the end of the camp, the first year, I'm pretty sure every student said they were planning to go to college, which was a huge change from only about 60 to 70% of them saying they were going to college. And then the next summer that we met, all of them were still stoked to go to college. And I feel like we created lifelong bonds with these kids, and I didn't just give them information and told them to go do something with it. Like, I actually talked to them, and then I learned, their insecurities, what they wanted to do, how are they going to do that. I helped answer all those questions the best that I could, and I feel like I formed lifelong friendships with these students.
Okay. But how many students did you typically have each summer? And did any of them really stand out to you that you remember and are still talking to this day?
Yes. Well, the first summer we had freshmen and sophomores, so there's probably about like 60 kids. And then the next summer we only had the previous freshmen, so probably about like 30 kids, about half of the first one. And one camper and I, specifically, or one camper that I have in mind, we bonded more than any other camper that I had. And I don't know what it was, but I wasn't planning to have like real relationships with these kids. Like, I just wanted to come and volunteer, and help them go to college. But what I didn't expect was that this girl, her name's Sarah, and she reminded me a lot of when I was her age. She was a little skinny girl. That's how I was, didn't really have like that many friends, but I wasn't lonely either, and that's how she was. And we just bonded like glue, and I still talk to her to this day. We actually have Snapchat, and we streak every day, so I talk to her like at least every day. So yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. In addition, if you get this job, what are your major attributes and what leadership potential responsibilities were you willing to undertake?
I believe that I have a great harmonizing type of leadership style, and what that is that I'm like sort of the glue that holds a group together. While a group is like disagreeing, they don't know what to say or compromise on, and they're arguing and they don't know how to get from point A to point B, I'm usually the person who comes in and I'm like, whoa, let's step back and, let's listen to every single body's, what they have to say. And then after we give everyone a chance to talk, we should all talk together and, keep talking until we reach a point where we all agree that we could continue on. And yeah.
So you would say you have a participating style leadership?
Yes, definitely. I don't sit back and just let people go. Like, I don't know what it is about me. I can't stand argument, so I have to get in there and fix it. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I had a great interview.